Hello children, welcome back to another session on plasma membrane. Now in the previous session we have seen to the introduction of plasma membrane. Now in this session we will be looking at the functions of plasma membrane. Okay. Now in the previous introductory class I have told you about the plasma membrane being selectively permeable. That means it allows certain substances to come inside and certain substances to go out. Okay, it selects. Okay. Now let us get to the function. Now what are the functions? The first function of a plasma membrane is it gives a definite shape to the cell. Okay, it gives a definite shape to the cell. Okay, as you know that plasma membrane is present in the animal cell, and in a plant cell you have cell wall, then you have a plasma membrane. So in an animal cell the plasma membrane forms the first boundary. Okay, right. Now that is the first function. So it gives specific shape to the cell. All right children. Now coming to the next function. Now it provides protection to the internal contents of the cell. That is, it acts like a mechanical barrier. So internal contents of the cell, because all the cells whatever are there in your body, say for example if I am taking myself as a living system and I am telling you internally our body is under tremendous amount of pressure. Okay. Now that pressure is bared by each and every cell in your body. So how is that pressure being bared? It is bared by the plasma membrane. It forms a mechanical barrier. All right children. Okay. Now moving on to the third function. It regulates the entry and exit of substances in and out of the cell. Now when I say it regulates means what? It controls the entry and exit of substances in and out of the cell. Okay children. Now this is a very important part which you need to understand. The fourth function of the plasma membrane is it is the flexibility of the membrane. Okay, the plasma membrane is, though it is tough, it is flexible. Okay, right. Now the flexibility of the membrane enables the cell to engulf food and other substances, foreign particles, from its external environment. Okay, so engulfing of food. Okay, engulfing of food. It is basically called as endocytosis. Okay, engulfing of food is called as endocytosis. Now this endocytosis is very well seen in this organism, amoeba. Okay. Now amoeba, how does it engulf its food? It throws its false feet towards the food particle. Now these false feet are called as pseudopodia. Okay, right? Okay. So these pseudopodia, they engulf the prey and it forms a food vacuole, and the food then enters into the body of the amoeba. Okay. Now it is basically the process of endosmosis. So that is made possible by the plasma membrane and its flexible nature. All right children. Now moving on to the next function. It has substances over its surface which function as recognition centers and points of attachment. Okay, right. Now let me go to the first slide. So it has certain receptors like this on its surface. Okay. So these receptors help in the recognition. They recognize and then they will decide whether to allow that particular material inside the cell or not. All right children. So these are some receptors. So that is what is the function that I have told you. Okay. So these are basically the recognition centers which I just showed you. Okay. Now then next one. It helps in the flow of information among different cells of the same organism. Now if I am pinching myself like this, okay, if I am pinching myself like this, many cells are getting interacted with each other. Now that interaction is made possible by the plasma membrane and its flexible nature. Okay, right. So that flexible nature is actually giving the different cell, it is actually helping in the flow of information. Okay, so if I am pinching myself here, I am going to get hurt here, and there will be some simulations which are coming downwards or upwards. Okay, now that is because these cells are communicating with each other because of the presence of plasma membrane. Okay, so just to sum it up, the functions of plasma membrane: it gives a definite shape to the cell, it acts as a mechanical barrier for protection, then it allows or regulates the entry and exit of substances, okay, and then it helps in the endosmosis, that is the flexible nature of this membrane. Then it helps as recognition centers and points of attachment, that is it helps in the entry and exit of substances in and out of the cell, and then it helps in the communication of cells in the same organism. All right, children. So, this is the function of plasma membrane. Thank you.